How to form an LLC in New Mexico. When starting a new company, choosing a business entity is one of the most important decisions that you make. For most businesses with more than one founding member, forming an LLC is often the best option. Before we begin, let's quickly define what an LLC is. An LLC stands for Limited Liability Company and is an uncomplicated business structure that gives business owners legal protection by separating personal assets from business debts. However, creating an LLC can get complicated depending on where you're based, as the process differs from state to state. To avoid any missteps, follow along as we show you how to form an LLC in New Mexico. The first step in forming an LLC is to select a name. New Mexico has two naming guidelines to follow. 1. Your LLC's name must be distinguishable from the names of existing businesses on file with the New Mexico Corporations Commission. 2. The name of your LLC must include the words Limited Liability Company or either of the abbreviations LC or LLC. The abbreviations LTD and Co. may be substituted for the words Limited and Company. After selecting a name for your LLC, you may reserve it with the New Mexico Secretary of State. To do this, first, check that the name is available by searching the New Mexico Business Name Database. 2. If the name is available, you may reserve it online or via mail for up to 120 days by filing a reservation form. There is a fee. Check the description below for more details and the forms. Step 2. Designate a registered agent. Like most U.S. states, forming an LLC in New Mexico requires the appointment of a registered agent service. A registered agent is an individual or a company that acts as your official point of contact in the state to receive legal documents, service of process, and other official communications from the state. It is their job to forward these documents and communications to your LLC in a timely manner. A registered agent also helps save time mailing documents and keeps your address and other personal information private. Your registered agent must meet the following requirements. 1. Must be a state resident or business entity with a street address in New Mexico. 2. Have a business office in New Mexico if located out of state. Check out the description below for recommended registered agent services that can guide you through this entire process. Step 3. File Articles of Organization. To legally form your LLC, you must file Articles of Organization with the New Mexico Secretary of State. Your Articles of Organization will ask for the following details: your LLC's name, address, and email address, registered agent name and address, the date that the articles become effective, your LLC's duration, your LLC's purpose of business, whether your LLC is member managed, manager managed, or has a single member, LLC organizer name and contact information. Your articles must be filed online. Note that there is a filing fee. Check the description below for more details. Next is to create an operating agreement. An operating agreement does the following: describes your business structure, establishes the individual responsibilities and obligations of your LLC members, details how the LLC will be run. Although New Mexico doesn't require one, an operating agreement clarifies the specific duties of its members, which may help your LLC avoid significant legal and operational difficulties. Step 5. Get an EIN. Before your company is ready to start doing business, you must obtain an IRS Employer Identification Number, EIN, by applying on the IRS website. The 9-digit EIN is like a social security number for a business and is necessary for things like paying income tax, filing tax returns, opening a business bank account. You can apply for an EIN on the IRS website. Finally, make sure to complete all additional legal requirements. Register with the New Mexico Taxation and Revenue Department. All active New Mexico LLCs must register with the New Mexico Taxation and Revenue Department to acquire a Combined Reporting System Identification Number. Register to get an ID number online using New Mexico's Taxpayer Access Point website, or print a copy of the form and submit it to a local tax office. File a New Mexico income and information return for pass-through entities, multi-member LLCs only. For all New Mexico LLCs with multiple members, an income tax and information return for pass-through entities form must be filed before the federal tax return due date. Single-member LLCs are considered sole proprietorships for tax purposes and don't have to file this form. Acquire additional licenses. Depending on the industry, some LLCs in New Mexico may need state or local licenses to operate legally. Visit the New Mexico State Business Portal for information on obtaining extra state licenses and permits. The portal also has a site dedicated to helping businesses fulfill local licensing requirements. So, to sum it up, how to form an LLC in New Mexico. 1. Select a name. 2. Designate a registered agent. 3. File articles of organization. 4. Create an operating agreement. 5. Obtain an employer identification number. 6. Fulfill legal obligations, particularly related to registering with the Tax and Revenue Department, filing an income and information return form, and applying for additional licenses. By following these steps, you can form an LLC in New Mexico. All the websites mentioned earlier are located in the description below, as well as a link to a guide. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out our other videos answering your questions about all things LLC.